What are you smiling at?
Dude, I almost had you.
You almost had me? You never had me. You never had your car. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You're lucky that 100 shot of nozzle didn't blow up the welds off the intake. Almost had me? Now me and Adolfo have to rip apart the block and replace the piston rings you fried. Ask any racer. Any real racer. It don't matter if it's by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Oh shit, cup.
Hello.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, your General Colonel are back, and today we're reviewing a series of movies, which will be 7 parts. And hope you like what you saw. We're going to talk about this. In 2001, a movie was released, a certain racing movie that would eventually grow to become, release many sequels and become a really, really popular franchise that would gross about $1 billion. And you remember their names: Dom, Brian, Letty, Mia, the original people. And now they would grow to have Hobbs, Tej, and Roman. Of course, we're talking about Fast and the Furious series. All these reviews will lead to our review of Furious 7, which we're really pumped for that one too. But to get you ready for this event, we're going to review each one, 1 through 6, to all the way to 7. And we're really excited to get this out to you. And we're going to start off with the one that started it all, the Fast and the Furious, which, of course, you know, stars Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Jordana Brewster, Michelle Rodriguez, Ja Rule, Rick Yune, Ted Levine are also famous for, she was a very, very fat person. Silence of the Lambs, yeah. And Matt Schulze, I don't know, I'm sorry if we butcher your name, man. Basically, this movie's about, like, it all starts off like these DVDs somehow these trucks are getting hit, and Brian has to go investigate these who done it underneath in the racing. So he tries to get himself in racing, and he gets close to Dom and the crew to see what's going on. And he doesn't suspect Dom because eventually he falls for Mia, but things get a little stickier when Johnny Tran comes up in here and who had a history with Dom. Basically, something went sour and he doesn't really.
Yeah, they usually try to stay away from each other. As far as if you've seen the movie, you'll understand where he explains it.
Basically, this one's directed by Rob Cohen, which to me was his only really, really good film. And well, he recently directed Mummy 3, which I liked. It was a guilty pleasure. Triple X was kind of stupid. Stealth was also dumb, and Alex Cross was just awful. But he had a good run though. That other movie he did with Sylvester Stallone, The Daylight or whatever it's called. That one wasn't bad either. But we're talking about Fast and Furious, so here he starts it off and does this style, like he gives like a perspective of what it's like to drive fast, go super fast in these cars, and it's actually pretty cool to watch his style, like how he started off before, unfortunately, when he had the rings on him still. But you fall, I mean, that's where you meet Brian, Dom, Letty, Mia, Leon, and Vince. Vince.
You know, watching the first one, I mean, Vince was kind of, I guess, vengeful towards
Brian, all because he falls for. I think he has a thing for Mia. And then, as Nick Jonas said, he's jealous.
But you see him again in a later movie.
Thankfully, they give him a redemption type thing, which we'll get into that way later. Trust us. But until then, even when he is right, you still don't like him.
Yeah.
He's he's right, but you still don't like him. I mean, credit to Matt Schulze for playing it, because I'm pretty sure he got a lot of hate for that first movie. Like, why are you being mean to Paul Walker? There was a scene where he was nudging Paul Walker with a shotgun, and I was just waiting for Paul Walker to sock him in the face, I swear. I was like, that would have been great. But then Vin Diesel was there, so that would have been long. Anyways. But nonetheless, this was the one that started it all for sure. And I loved the action. It was a great setup. It set it up every character well. And the race war scenes was pretty cool.
That was actually pretty cool. You can see, I liked it. I liked the movie franchise. I liked the actors, the action, the drama in it, the racing scene. And me being a car fanatic like most of y'all, man, just seeing this and seeing all the different cars, especially as a kid watching this, I just jumped with joy. I wanted almost every single car in that movie, starting with Paul Walker's first car.
Yeah, that was a cool car. I was like, wow, they even have a shot to it where it's looking at you like, you want this, don't you?
It was just like, damn, what would I do to get a car like that? And
also, the movie's finale, like the final scene, it was, with possible spoilers, but this scene I think we had to do. You realize what you're doing, huh?
Yeah, I owe you 10-second car.
Yeah, that pretty much set the series of how this got a franchise, pretty much. And it's time for I guess any complaints, Vince in the first film, and sometimes it kind of slows with the Paul Walker and the cops, like he's undercover with them. It kind of slows a little, but other than that, great start to the series. Scores.
I have to give it, honestly, I enjoyed this movie. I have to say, for me to be a 10. I enjoyed this movie growing up. Even now, just going back to watch it, I like it.
Yeah. I honestly, even with the nitpicks, I still loved it. 10. I mean, it's a fun movie. It knows what it is, and it had great sets up the characters great. And it honestly spawned a good franchise. But this next one, which no spoilers, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that more later. But there's still 5 more movies to review and 6 also coming soon. So, hope you enjoyed this. Keep tuning in. And usually we say conquer all noobs, but drive safe. Please. Don't try the stunts. They're professionals. Signing off.